this? No, not here. No.
Somebody had to talk.
You're doing that, I told you.
a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. It's Monday, 1st July 2024, and we're coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough, Tobago on this wet Monday morning. Yes, we are currently in the period of hurricane season and seeing impacts and effects from Hurricane Beryl as it is present here on the island of Tobago. Of course, we'll bring you updates as the show proceeds today, and we're so happy that you're here this morning. We will give you the updates as we get them this morning. So we invite you to stay with us as we take you through the show this morning. But before we get into all of those conversations this morning, we're going to head on over to the news in 90 seconds.
The news is brought to you by Standards. At Standards, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Thank you, Adana. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Monday, July 1st, 2024. Tobago has recorded its 11th murder for the year. Nathan Roach of Roach Trace, Mount Pleasant, Tobago, was shot while socializing outside. He was taken to the Scarborough General Hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. Acting Senior Superintendent Rodel Kerr expressed his dismay and urged the public to remain indoors for safety. He also warned about criminals that they are endangering their own lives by exploiting the situation. Up next, Caribbean Airlines suspended all scheduled international flights to and from Trinidad and Tobago and its international network from 6 p.m. yesterday until 1 p.m. today. CAL is contacting affected passengers to reaccommodate them on new flights. Domestic passengers can rebook without change fees for any service up to August 2024. International passengers can rebook without charge fees for flights up to July 28, 2024 under specific conditions. Changes must be made through CAL's call center or ticket office. And finally, Tobago is experiencing continued weather patterns of Hurricane Beryl, which is at Category 4 as forecasted. We will provide updates to the public as more information becomes available. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Thank you, Biana, for our news there in 90 seconds. And of course, very troubling this morning, reporting the 11th murder on the island of Tobago.
Yes.
Considering all things that are happening right now, you'd think that we are trying to aim for safety to ensure that we are safe, our homes are safe, and our families are safe. So it's very disheartening this morning to learn of that murder taking place there this morning.
Yes.
Biana, I know we are trying, as I mentioned, to stay safe, to secure our homes, our properties, and our loved ones.
Yes.
What has it overnight been like for you in your area? I know it was calm for most people, seeing the winds now picking up early this morning. What was it like for you in your area?
Well, in my area, it was a bit, rain here and there, but it was not that breezy as expected by myself. I didn't see much of that breeze, but we had the rainfalls here and there, and I was like, up in between at intervals, just peeping out to see what's taking place.
Likewise, because of the reports coming in from the Met Office, and we definitely have to take things seriously.
Yes.
We have to be prepared, and I want people to continue to remain safe,
yes,
remain indoors, and to adhere to the advice coming from the agencies who have the authority to measure the winds, and to give us the measure of advice that we need to safeguard ourselves and those our loved ones, our properties, and all that concerns us. Thank you so much, Biana. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this time out to say thank you so much for all of you who are sending in comments telling us to be safe. We thank you. We appreciate you so very much. We are here to bring you the updates. We are here to let you know what is happening, where our reporters are this morning. And so thank you so much for showing that measure of concern for all of us here in studio. We are doing our best to remain safe, of course, but our duty is to bring the information to you. And so we'll do that in the best possible way. Before we get into all of that, we have a few birthdays. Yes, we're still celebrating birthdays, so we head on over to our birthday shout-outs. And on screen this morning and celebrating a birthday on the first day of July is Mr. Wendell Rowley. Wendell Rowley celebrating a birthday today, and we want to say happy birthday to you, Wendell. We pray God's blessings upon your life, and even as we're in this season, that you stay safe where you are. Remember to give God thanks for life. And next we have Natasha Spencer. Natasha Spencer is also celebrating a birthday. Natasha, we wish you the very, very best on your birthday today. Remember to stay safe where you are. Let's not go outdoors if it's not necessary, but we pray God's blessings upon your life. And remember to give God thanks for life today. Happy birthday to you. And to all other persons who are celebrating a birthday today, we know it's a wet day. We know that, we're under watch this morning and we have to safeguard ourselves. But we still want to wish you a happy birthday. We pray God's blessings upon your life. And we do pray that, you're able to enjoy some measure of it. The most important thing is that we have life. And so we give God thanks for life. All right, it's Monday morning and you might be wondering what's in my cup. This morning, it's ginger and turmeric tea. Yes, sponsored by LCJ Delights this morning. They have sponsored my drink this morning. Of course, you can reach out to them for all their breakfast menu, including porridges, flours, a flour to make your porridges like cassava flour, dasheen flour, as well as waffles, pancakes, and all other breakfast stuff there from LCJ Delights. All right, you might be wondering, what is our show going to be looking like this morning? Of course, we're going to be bringing you all the details that we have, where our reporters are this morning. They'll be bringing all the information to you. Additionally, we'll be speaking with Acting Inspector Shirley Prince of the TTPS this morning, of course, talking about how to remain safe in this time, what the police is doing, and we're going to talk up to some of the other agencies as well, where we're going to have that conversation. We also speak with the General Manager of WASA here in Tobago, Mr. Brian Williams, and of course we're going to take you on the outside where we have our reporters coming from Charlotteville. We have Candice Jackson out there, and we also have Luke James Trim on the Esplanade in Scarborough. So you want to stay with us this morning as we have those conversations, we go through the paces, and as we bring you the information as it comes to date. I want to say thank you this morning for guys who are viewing us all the way from Grenada. I know Grenada too is in the path of the hurricane, so thank you so much for tuning in with us and seeing what is happening here on the island of Tobago. We appreciate you wherever you're viewing from. All the best wishes that are coming from the United States of America, from the United Kingdom, from Canada, wherever you are, whatever continent you are on, and especially our friends and families in the Caribbean region. We see you, we appreciate you, and we hope that you all are keeping safe. We will continue to bring you the updates as they come. Stay with us. Of course, we have to go for a short break before. I'm being told that we have our reporter in Charlotteville on the line this morning. That's Candice Jackson coming to you from Charlotteville to bring some updates as things unfold up there. Good morning, Candice.
Good morning, Adana, and good morning, Tobago, and to the rest of the world, wherever you're viewing from. I hope wherever you are safe and you are dry, and unlike me, kind of soaking wet almost, but that's okay. It's all part of the job.
All right, Candice, we appreciate that you're out there bringing the updates for us this morning. What has it been like? I know you've been there. You didn't arrive this morning, so I know you've been there for some time. So tell us, what has it been like in terms of, I see the waves are crashing in there, and I saw some people around checking in on their vessels in the water. What is it like there in Charlotteville this morning?
All right, so last night when we got in about 10:30 last night, it was pretty calm, nothing happening, seas were calm, Fisherman Fest was still going on and so on, but of course by midnight everybody started clearing up because the winds started coming in around midnight, and then throughout the morning the rain started falling, so there were periodic gusts of winds as well as increased rainfall throughout the morning. And then throughout the night we were keeping our eyes on some vessels, because yes, there's a lot of vessels that are parked up on the side on the shore that heeded the call, but there were several that did not. There's one in particular right out there that we kept our eye on all night, and it was just about 5:30 this morning when we heard the conch shell, because one of the fishermen came in, two of them actually came down to check to see what's going on, and then we had dozed off a little bit in the car, and then we heard the conch shell, and then we saw that the boat had indeed flipped over, and there were several other boats in trouble. And of course, a lot of the other fishermen in the village responded to the call, as is, the Charlotteville style, the camaraderie and everything coming out to help, even though there were several of them who did not heed the call, did not secure their vessels. So they get a couple more out of the water. There is a sailboat right now that looks like it's in a little bit of trouble, but there's not much that they can do about the sailboat. And there's not much that they can do about that one vessel that is unfortunately overturned. So in Charlotteville, as it is right now, I know some areas are without electricity. There were some power outages throughout the night. The internet is fluctuating as well. And the rains, as you see, the rains is coming down. It's a little drizzly right now, but it's going and coming. As you can see, the waves have been getting higher and stronger. The currents are stronger as this hurricane barrel passes through. So that's kind of what's been going on. There's a lot of people right now just been waking up and just walking through just to try to get an idea of what's been happening here in Charlotteville.
Thank you so much, Candice. Of course, we're seeing the community spirit there. Of course, people coming out to assist with, helping bringing the vessels in. And I do hope that people remain safe, because the waters, of course, do look very choppy. And so we don't want people risking their lives and livelihoods. I see you have a resident there of Charlotteville. We're going to have a conversation with him, yes?
Yes, so we're here with Mr. Karen Eastman, and Mr. Karen Eastman has been managing the shelter here at the Charlotteville Methodist Primary School. So, Mr. Eastman, give me an idea what's it been like for you. I know we haven't had anybody really at a shelter yet, but what's it been like in Charlotteville for you over the passage of the storm?
Well, it's a normal thing for me because I've been a shelter manager for quite some time now, since around 2004 when we had those floods. So, it's just, stick around, should in case anybody come by, you have, you're there to give assistance. What happened yesterday, I think the Chief Secretary, he was here last night. They brought some sand, water and stuff like that. So that is at this stationed at the center at the Methodist School. So if you're at home and you don't think your home could withstand, you can come to the shelter. Also, there are members from TEEMA who are stationed at the health center. They're at the health center now, who will give assistance. We have, raincoats, we have tarpaulin. If you need any assistance, we are here to. That's basically what we are here. And as you can see, the fishermen are here trying to get some boats out of the water.
Yes, and I think we also heard a report of a tree falling at Campbellton.
At Pigeon Hill, I just spoke to Dexter, who is actually the shelter manager in charge. He is, well, what would normally happen is that the village council chair would automatically be the shelter manager in charge. So I just spoke to him on the phone, and he reported that there's a tree that fell somewhere at Pigeon Hill. I'm not sure what kind of danger that would have posed to anybody, if any at all.
And so everybody is just waiting it out. Any other reports from your family or other members of the community?
Not at this time. Only the boat. There's a boat that would have overturned, and you can see the fishermen are trying to get some other boats out of the water. So at this time we haven't got any other reports, but that's basically it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eastman. So yes, there you have it. So the systems are in place here in Charlotteville to respond to anything. As we told you, the fishermen are responding. They're still going to try to get the vessel out of the water if they can. And so everybody's just here standing by. We know the worst of the storm has not yet passed, because I know we're still waiting for the eye of the storm to pass by Tobago. So we still have a long way to go, but we continue to be here in Charlotteville, and we continue to bring you live cover of what's on the ground. Oh, and I think that we're going to be speaking to one of the fishermen right now. So Adana, we are here with, what's your name, sir?
Mr. Ainsley Smith.
All right, so Mr. Smith, can you tell me a little bit about what happened this morning? Because we saw you guys out with a conch shell this morning, calling the rest of the villagers to come out and help.
Yeah, well, I was at home and I noticed some boats turn over from up on the hill there, so I decided to blow my shell and, to see if I could get some support to come out and, pull out the boats from the water and bring them ashore. So this is what we really do here in these times, when there is tragedy, to, get the fishermen, back out to the boats. right? So as you can see, the weather is not too well, so that is how things goes from here.
Thank you so much and for being able to be there, to be that one to call out for help.
Yes, thanks. Yeah.
All right, and as you can see here, the rain is coming back down again. This is how it's been literally all morning. You know, it would ease up for a bit and then it comes down again. So yes, Adana, back to you in studio.
Thank you so much, Candice, and remember to stay safe out there. Protect yourself, protect the crew, and all the community of Charlotteville. Remember to stay safe. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with our reporter there in Charlotteville, Candice Jackson, bringing us the information as things happen in real time there in Charlotteville. Of course, we heard of a tree falling in Campbellton this morning, and also a vessel overturning in the water. But the Charlotteville community is coming out and showing support for each other as they assist in bringing relief, and we do hope that people adhere to the advice and the recommendations coming from the agencies. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to bring you some more reports. Yes, we have another report on the outside. This morning we head on over to the Esplanade where Luke James Trim is, and he'll be bringing us some updates there for you. Luke, are you there?
Good morning, and a special morning to the people of Tobago. My name is Luke James Trim, reporting for Tobago Updates Television, and at this moment we are here live in Scarborough, Tobago by the I Love Tobago sign. So good morning everyone. Woo, as you can see, the winds are howling right now. The winds and we are playing tug of war with my umbrella. We are here in the heart of Scarborough by the I Love Tobago sign. My name is Luke James Trim, and we are here bringing you the updates for Hurricane Beryl. Now, viewers, just before we went live, tongue was still and quiet, but as you can see, it is picking up. The winds are picking up, the rain is picking up. Now, experts would have predicted that Hurricane Beryl was going to bring extremely dangerous and life-threatening conditions to the Windward Islands. And the big question is right now, viewers, is will Tobago be the bearer of those conditions? We really hope not. We honestly hope not. But this is the current status here in Scarborough. If you can look right above me, you can see how Uptown is looking, where RBC Bank and Unit Trust located. You can see how it's extremely rainy. So these are the conditions we are facing here in Scarborough. I know in Charlotteville, as Candice Jackson would have brought it to you all, the winds are extremely strong and they're experiencing some level of rain. But right now in Scarborough, Tobago, the weather is picking up. So once again, viewers, be careful. Take hold of your belongings. Oh, we can see that someone is casually taking a jog in these interesting conditions. Sir, good morning. Are you good? Okay, interesting. We have some brave souls out here, people. Extremely brave. So, Scarborough, Tobago, we are soaked, but we're still doing it for you. We are still doing it for you, viewers. So once again, Luke James Trim bringing it live. I'm going to throw it back to Master Control so we can see how the conditions are in Charlotteville and the rest of Tobago. So yes, viewers, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Thank you so much there, Luke. That was Luke James Trim right out there on the Esplanade, right in front of the I Love Tobago sign. And yes, we all do love Tobago, bearing the weather to bring us information. And of course, we see a passerby casually jogging, getting his exercise in. But people, we want to caution you, please adhere to the advice coming from the agencies with the authority to advise us on this occasion. We want to preserve lives. We want to remain safe. We don't want any casualties, and we don't want to, of course, provide any additional work for the relief personnel who are out there trying to provide help for us. And this just coming in from TEEMA. Of course, there's a fallen tree blocking the roadway at Annesvale this morning. So of course, you have to remain safe. Remember to reroute if you have to go on that path. This is just coming in from TEEMA. A cautionary message coming in. Fallen tree blocking the roadway at Annesvale Hotel hotel. Reports reaching TEEMA indicate that there is a fallen tree blocking the roadway in the vicinity of the hotel. The relevant authorities have been notified to clear the roadway. Motorists are advised to exercise caution in this area. Before we go for a quick break, I have to let you know that our Chief Secretary, of course, has been beating the pavements, beating the streets, and it is July 1st. And July 1st, of course, is his birthday. So we want to say happy birthday to our Chief Secretary, the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine, who is out there, of course, Commander-in-Chief in this instance, of course, working with all the agencies to keep us safe this morning, you know, of course, updating us and bringing the statements and the information that we need, advising us, guiding us, even taking us through a time of prayer yesterday evening for those of you who were viewing the press conferences. And so we want to, you know, wish him a very, very happy birthday today. And sir, as you go out there today, as you partner with all the agencies across the island to ensure the safety of our people, we want to pray God's blessings upon your life. We pray that you are protected, that you are shielded, and that you walk in wisdom this morning as you continue to conduct the business of the people here on the island of Tobago. That is our Chief Secretary, of course, celebrating his birthday today. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going for a quick short break, and we ask that you stay with us as we continue to bring the updates to you and the conversations that are relevant to the weather patterns that we are experiencing as a result of Hurricane Beryl. Stay with us, and of course, as you stay with us, we invite you to help us share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
The countdown is on to the Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex to discover the dynamic world of public service where innovation meets dedication. Explore exciting careers, experience innovative services, enjoy interactive displays, and a whole lot more. Come join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex from 9:30 a.m. Visit the office of the Chief Secretary's Facebook page for details. Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Public service now and beyond.
Last year, October 2023, the island tilted. The peaceful bliss of sea, sun and sand was transcended as we took to the streets to revel in paradise.
Carnival, we're right here, we're not leave it till we go right down.
It's the greatest, it's the best, it's safe, and it's beautiful.
I love Tobago, baby. Coming back next year. Hey!
Playing pan on the streets is a magical experience. When the band strike up, it's rhythm, steel and powder. This is Tobago Carnival. Pan in paradise.
Tobago is the best.
Tobago Carnival is the new home for the legend of Calypso. Where else can you get sweet Calypso music that gives you that nostalgic feeling?
Soca Titans is we title, is we monarch. We build artists from scratch who can perform with the best. Real Titans of Soca.
When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise.
This year, ritual takes on new space and dimension. Traditions will be reimagined, breaking free and taking on new meaning on the road.
I love the energy.
This year, the revelry is bigger and better. More colors, more meaning, great packages for the masqueraders. Tobago Carnival is freedom.
This year promoting safety in all events for Tobago Carnival. This year promoting whining, not minding people business. This year promoting clean fun, security and freedom.
Freedom to be any version of yourself that you choose to be with love and safety. Here, you have permission to be you, uninhibited and free.
So what you waiting on? This year, this October 2024, experience the ritual, revel in paradise, release yourself. From the greatest little island on the planet, this is the Tobago Carnival 2024.
Every time, every single time.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Up.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Notice is hereby given that the 63rd Annual General Meeting, AGM, of the Bethel Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited will take place using a hybrid format on Thursday, June 27th from 5 p.m. The physical location will be upstairs the Mount Marie branch office. The purpose of the meeting is to receive minutes of the 62nd Annual General Meeting, to receive reports as follows: statutory and board-appointed committees, report of the auditor and audited financial statements, to receive budgetary proposals for 2024, to elect officers, to approve general resolutions, and lastly to transact any other business that may properly come before the meeting. A digital copy of the AGM brochure is available on the website. Please visit our website at www.bethelcredituniontt.com or any one of our branches for further information.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed partners and sponsors, and most importantly, our beloved communities, welcome to the Tobago Heritage Festival 2024. As we embark on the 37th year of this festival, our theme is We Come Back. Back to our communities, back to our villages, back to our true indigenous heritage presentations and productions. We are bringing back iconic events such as Yesterday's Children, Bell Manor Riots, and courtship codes. We want to highlight the importance of coming back to our roots, celebrating the people and the communities that make Tobago so special. Get ready for an unforgettable experience as we say, we come back to our true essence. We want to encourage each and every one of you to continue to support our cultural development and preservation in any way that you can. Your support is truly invaluable. Together, we can continue to make a positive impact that will be felt for generations to come. Thank you, and see you in July.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with immense pride and excitement that I address you to officially launch the 2024 Tobago Heritage Festival. The Tobago Heritage Festival is not just an event, it is a journey back to our roots. This year's theme, We Come Back. Back to our communities, back to our villages, back to our true indigenous heritage presentations and productions. It captures the true essence of revitalizing the culture and traditions that have shaped our identity for generations. This year marks the 37th successful hosting of the festival, and we are proud to officially dub the month of July as Tobago Heritage Month, a time when our island comes alive with rhythms, flavors, and stories of our ancestors. The festival continues to offer an unparalleled opportunity for economic growth on the island. Every stakeholder, from local artisan and vendor to hospitality businesses and transportation services, stand to benefit. Our vibrant cultural displays will attract visitors, boost tourism, and provide a significant economic uplift to the island. The heart of this festival beats in our communities. We are empowering each village to manage its own productions to ensure authenticity and sustainability. The Tobago Festival Commissions Limited and the Tobago House of Assembly are here to support you, fostering an environment where our heritage can flourish sustainably. As we embark on this journey, let us celebrate the essence of Tobago. Let us honor our heritage and support our communities as we showcase the vibrant culture that makes our island unique. Thank you.
moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, and we do apologize for that issue there. Of course, there was a power surge, and speaking about that, there have been several reports of electricity fluctuations, so we can expect that again, some more of that today. Several reports of electricity fluctuations on the eastern and northern side of the island, places like Concordia, Castara, and all the way up to Lansford, Bell Garden, Goodwood, and Speyside. So we will be expecting some intermittent services throughout the portion of today where, of course, we are impacted by the effects of Hurricane Beryl. And another report coming in is another fallen tree, this time in the area of Mount Grace. Fallen tree in Mount Grace. Of course, the relevant authorities have already been notified to clear the roadways, so motorists are advised to exercise caution in that area. I am Adana Kumbi, and we're coming to you live from the Port Mall here in Scarborough, Tobago, as we bring you the information and updates as it relates to things happening on the island of Tobago where Hurricane Beryl is concerned. And this morning we direct our conversation with a representative from the TTPS, Acting Inspector Shirley Prince, as we speak about how do we safeguard ourselves in this time, what the TTPS is doing, and what we need to do as citizens, of course, to cooperate with the agencies who have authority in this particular instance. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, everyone, to your viewers. A pleasant good morning. Good morning to you, Adana, and thanks for having me here this morning.
Of course, and you know, usually when the TTPS is on our Monday morning show, we speak about things that have happened in the past. And I know the emphasis this morning is on the weather patterns, and of course, we recorded a murder this morning. Well, if you can just get a brief summary of what happened in the past week, and then we get to where we are this morning.
Okay, so the last week we saw that there was a shooting where 6 persons were wounded, and half an hour time the police officers arrested 4 male suspects and recovered a firearm. Additionally, there were 15 persons arrested on outstanding warrants. We have 1 male appearing in court this morning. He was charged for possession of cocaine and a synthetic drug by the name of catanone for the purpose of trafficking.
Right. You know, it's always very, very, good to know that we have been able to apprehend perpetrators of crime, because at the end of the day, we want to live in a safe space. Now, we're moving on steadily to the condition that we're in now. We are expecting increased intensity in terms of the weather where Hurricane Beryl is concerned. This morning, our report on the outset, we actually saw a civilian jogging on the nation's roads, and we also recorded that murder, which took place also in the height of this period. And of course, condolences to the relatives of that person. Mr. Nathan Roach, I heard the name is. I want you to speak to our public. I want to address those 2 incidents and also, bring it home, the importance of remaining safe and adhering to the advice from the authorities, people like TEEMA, the TTPS, the Tobago House of Assembly, the Met Office, of course, to safeguard ourselves. And just, address briefly as much as you can the murder that was recorded this morning as well.
Okay, so condolences going out to the Roach family. Yes, we recorded a murder this morning. I think it's last night. It's unfortunate, but the TTPS Tobago division is working assiduously in bringing these perpetrators to justice. And we want to talk a little bit about safety. We know that Hurricane Beryl, and the country is on red. Tobago is on red alert. And what we have in the TTPS is a critical incident, event, and disaster management plan and policy. And this policy in place is to assist the respective leaders in making clear and accountable decisions based on the availability of information that will come to us through TEEMA. So what we're urging persons to do, one is, if you don't need to venture on the outside, don't.
Agree with this, because in the event that something should happen when you're on the outside doing unofficial business, because of course there are persons who would have to be on the outside, like first responders and essential workers. But if you are on the outside and it's not absolutely necessary for you to be there, and peradventure something happens, or you're making a demand on the resources.
Yes, they are. They will be doing that. And as I said, the TTPS Tobago, what we did is put all officers who are on vacation and gratuitous leave, put them on the alert. If case needs be, that they will come out to lend some support in the station district in where they live. However, as the news says, we have some low-lying area, we have some floodings, and if the place is flooded, we are asking you, do not venture through the flood waters. It is unsafe. Your car could be stalled, and if do get stalled, we ask you to evacuate immediately and seek assistance on the higher ground. And if you have the power lines may be down because it's very windy outside, do not touch these power lines. We're asking everyone to be safe on the outside. The TTPS would only be on the outside if needs be. We are not going to put our officers at any risk. All right, once it's safe to do so, we are going to be outside where we can be able to guide the motorists along the roadways.
And I know, all these agencies who are coming together to ensure that we are safe, that we remain, safe and comfortable. We too have to ensure that we are safe, as you mentioned, that you will not put your officers in a position that they will bring harm to themselves. So, of course, we are asking our communities, members in communities and across the island of Tobago to please exercise the most caution as possible. Now, this morning in a report earlier when we spoke with Candice Jackson there in Charlotteville, we saw that there were some vessels that were still out in the water. And, of course, fishermen making that call on the conch shell to get assistance to bring the vessel in. And I know it's very dangerous because there are choppy waters and so many things happening there. What is your response in terms of from your place where you sit as a TTPS in relation to that type of activity? Not only that, but other persons who have not been as responsible as they should be in this particular time.
When treating with, some persons really do not take the seriousness of the hurricane and the natural disasters. And what we see that there are some boats that are still on the waters. And we advise the fishermen, it should have been something they should have done before in taking the boats out of the water and making the boats safe. However, if that was not done, I think that they have to do so in caution.
As we're talking about that, I saw circulating on social media also as late as yesterday evening that people are still out, even after our Chief Secretary reiterated the fact this is not time for a zest, as he so called it. And there were people still on the outside, having a good time, enjoying themselves, knowing that we are under watch, knowing that we should be off the streets, as he advised, by 8 p.m. And people still going on and carrying on with their social events. And I know yesterday, Charlotteville had their fisherman fete. What was the response like in terms of people coming out? Are people still participating? What has the TTPS been doing in terms of ensuring that these events are terminated at this time?
Okay, so yes, people did show up for the fisherman at Charlotteville. However, the instruction from the senior soup is to shut down all the activities throughout the island. So the fisherman was quickly shut down by the police in Charlotteville. If you go to the western side, we just came off of Island Crashers, where we have all these young people having a great time on the island. And the Crown Point Police and other agencies, we shut down. There was a boat ride about to take place from 8 p.m. and the police officers had to shut it down, shut down all the bars on what we call the avenue down on the west, ensuring that persons get home and be safe.
And, I want you to speak directly to our viewers. I want you to speak directly to the Tobago public, because we take things for granted and we use terms like God is our Trini. We cannot determine what is going to happen. The reports came in from the Met Office. They are the ones who are tracking. They have the expertise to measure the intensity of the impact that we might face. And so people are, as we say, they're taking things for granted. They're going on boat rides. They're still planning their boat rides. I want you to speak to the Tobago public and reiterate and reinforce the importance of adhering to the advice that is coming from all the agencies, the importance to safeguard their lives, and the fact that we don't want to overwhelm the systems that have been put in place to safeguard should something happen on the outside.
Okay, so what we want to reiterate is the safety of everyone on the island of Tobago. We ask that if you don't need to be on the outside, do not go on the outside. We are going to have the first responders for any event that happened. The police officers are working very closely with TEEMA and other agencies. We are going to get updates, and we will update everyone as the time goes by, as the event unfolds. We ask everyone to stay close and tune in to the radio, to the television once there is electricity, and, you know, keep abreast of what is taking place on the island of Tobago.
Thank you so much, Acting Inspector Sheila Prince. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with Acting Inspector Sheila Prince of the TTPS, speaking about their response here on the island of Tobago as it relates to the unfolding of things with Hurricane Beryl on the island, urging members of the communities and wherever you are to stay indoors. If you do not have to be outside, stay indoors, keep yourself safe, keep your property safe. Try not to overwhelm the agencies that have been put in place to safeguard our lives. If it is not necessary for you to be out, stay indoors. Adhere to the advice that has been given to those who have the expertise to so do. And, you know, of course, remain safe. Call your friends, your neighbors, see what's happening in their neck of the woods, and just ensure that we have that community spirit here on the island of Tobago from the inside. Please do not venture on the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue conversations this morning, but before we do so, we have to go for a short break. And of course, as we go for a break, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special. Wings Friday, 3 pounds wings, 2.5 kilogram fries. Special 100 TT. Soup Saturday, 2 pounds cube beef, 2 pounds cow heel, 2 pounds chicken foot, 2 pounds pigtail, or smoked bone. Special $150. Super Sunday, 3 pounds leg and thigh chicken, 3 pounds sliced pork, 3 pounds lamb slice, 3 pounds cheese, 2 pack of pasta. Special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
Innovative, dedicated, impactful. The public service now and beyond. Today we celebrate our stalwarts who have left an enduring legacy on the public service in Tobago. Harold Stewart has served over 40 years in different spheres of the public service. However, his greatest challenge in life came when he assumed duties at the Department of Land Management between 1998 and 2022. Mr. Stewart was part of the team selected to build out the structure and enforce the Squatters Regularization Act in 1988. Though he was met with a lot of hostility, Mr. Stewart says the job at land management taught him the most life lessons and was, for him, most rewarding. Thank you, Mr. Stewart.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard. Nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. Cause when I'm around you, I feel like the heavens is coming down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road is a miracle. No place like home. Home, home.
Oh, I love Tobago, baby.
When we outside, it's an ocean of love. All that we align to the stars up above. Let we dance now, take a chance now with me. And we go jump till morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Tell them we not leaving till the last drop of a canal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I run in town again. Jump and shake the ground again. Play with all my friends and them. No place like home. 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 We go jump till the moon come down. It's we who the stars shine on. Play a mass and break away. Freedom in we DNA.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. I am Adana Kombi, and I continue to take you through this morning as we speak on the effects of Hurricane Beryl here on the island of Tobago. Earlier, we spoke with our reporters on the outside, Luke James Trim on the Esplanade and Candice Jackson in Charlotteville. And now we're heading back to Charlotteville to see what's happening up there as we speak to our reporter on site. Candice, what's happening up there?
Donna, I'm Candice Jackson. I'm in Charlotteville, right next to the Jesse. Once more and a few other villages to see what's been going on there. We can't at this moment because there is a tree that has fallen. So we're kind of stuck in the village. However, the village is coming out because Charlotteville has this wonderful community spirit. And I would just like to just give you an update as to what's been happening. So just give us an update on what's been happening with the tree.
Well, a while ago, one of the guys that came into work told me that a tree has fallen up on the hill there, so I just went up to check it with a power saw, but I couldn't manage it, so I had to come down back because it need a bigger saw to cut down the tree.
So what's the plan now?
Well, it's to get a bigger saw or wait until TEEMA comes in, right? So, or TEEMA.
So basically, traffic in and out of Charlotteville
is in. And nothing cannot come in as well. Leave nobody.
So what? We had it, and unfortunately, so as we did more runoff for the ice that it surpasses us going on. We still seeing a lot of happening. It goes every few minutes or so. You get some really high waves passing through. So there's just as if some of the conditions, unfortunately, Charlotteville seems to be cut off at this point in time. We are safe, thankfully. We've got to thank this Charlotteville people for coming out and supplying us with just some coffee this morning, which was so much welcome despite the rainy weather, despite being soaked. So just again, Charlotteville is a place to be if you're going to be stuck in a storm, I guess. So.
Thank you, Candice. Of course, the community spirit there in Charlotteville, and I'm so happy that you are being taken care of. I want you to remain safe. I want the staff to remain safe and all the members who are coming out to assist. The community spirit, of course, is welcomed, but at the same time, we want to ensure safety and that we safeguard lives. Candice, stay safe as you continue to bring updates for us. I see you beckoning somebody to have an interview now, so we'll hold on to hear from that. Viewers, you might be hearing us intermittently. Of course, remember that connectivity might be coming and going, so as Candice has that conversation with that person in the community there, bear with us. We're trying our best to ensure that we get the information. Candice, back to you.
All right. So yes, we're here with, what's your name?
Max Lewis.
All right. So Max Lewis and
Baxter
Lewis, right. So, and Baxter Lewis was actually one of the fishermen that responded first to the call.
Well, actually, one of the guys in the village, I'm not a fisherman, I'm a local journalist here, Baxter Lewis. You didn't know that, but I'm just getting very inside of the. My dad always see where it's coming from.
Notice happening in the village. Have you heard any reports, any homes, anything like that?
Air move properly, down properly. Winds wrong, the wind rumbling around and so on. And this is what's happening so far.
And And what's the feeling of the community at this point in time? Is it that anybody is scared? What are the thoughts at this point?
Well, most people are on the inside. The guys are outside right now. The fisher folks, the guys here helping one another, pulling up the boats and so on. I do not think the guys are scared because they would not have been here. Now we are chancing it out here because we are sending the signal around the world. But right now it's pretty important that people stay safe, stay inside. You can always acquire material things, but you cannot get back your life. So once there's life, there's hope. You can purchase things back.
Yes, and I'm just about to lose my umbrella here. Just an indication of how strong the wind. I want to thank you so much, Mr. Lewis, for giving us that update. So yes, Adana, that's just thank you. That's just an idea of how things are up on this side. It's unfortunately Charlotteville is cut off at this time. There's a huge tree that fell, so they are waiting some bigger source, whether it is from the community or from outside of the community, to be able to clear and to be able to, reopen the roadway. So for now, we are here in Charlotteville.
Thank you so much, Candice. I do hope that they get that source soon so that the community can be opened again. Stay safe, you and the crew and the community members there in Charlotteville. Ladies and gentlemen, we speak with Candice Jackson, our reporter out there in Charlotteville, bringing us information as things unfold in that community. Of course, we know Charlotteville they're very noted for their community spirit. They always come together when there's a disaster or when there's something to celebrate. So we thank them for coming out to assist. Of course, we still want to reiterate to stay safe. If it's not necessary for you to be on the outside, please stay inside. We want to encourage you to call your neighbor, call your friend, see what's happening in their neck of the woods. Let us spread that community love throughout the island of Tobago. And as I'm on that junction, I want to say thank you to those of you who are checking in with us on the live stream, those of you who are checking in from Trinidad to see what's happening with us here on the island of Tobago, those of you who are coming in from Grenada, people from the United States sending their love and support to all of us here on the island of Tobago. And so we want to say thank you so much. We are doing our best to remain safe. Of course, the agencies are working, they are toiling, they are out there. People are coming together to ensure safety as much as possible on the island. So I want to say thank you to all of you, even our regular viewers who are saying hold it together, Team Tobago. That's from Dwayne Cupid. Thank you so much to all of you who are bringing in, of course, comments and giving support to all of us here in studio and our reporters on the outside who are bringing the updates. We also want to say to all the agencies who are assisting us, thank you so much. We see you and we appreciate the efforts that you are, putting into this to ensure that we are safe here on the island of Tobago. In studio, we can even hear the rainfall on the outside. Yes. So we know what's happening on the outside there. We are asking all of you to remain safe. Remain safe. Remember, if it is not necessary for you to be outside, if I were home, I'd be under my blankets. So enjoy the time on your blankets at your home with your family and loved ones right now. We are going to continue to bring you the updates as it relates to what is happening on the island of Tobago. So stay with us. And as you stay with us, of course, we invite you to help us. Share the live. We'll be right back.
Best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable. The countdown is on to the Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex to discover the dynamic world of public service where innovation meets dedication. Explore exciting careers, experience innovative services, enjoy interactive displays, and a whole lot more. Come join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex from 9:30 a.m. Visit the Office of the Chief Secretary's Facebook page for details. Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Public service now and beyond.
Dance Ensemble Tobago presents our signature event, a festival of dancing, Tobago Dance Sport Championship and Dancing with the Caribbean Stars. Dance in with DNA, our 11th edition. Saturday, July 6th at 5 p.m. Shore Park Cultural Complex. Featured in this year's lineup, Assemblyman Trevor James, Mrs. Petal Daniel Benoit, Mrs. Diane Baker Henry, Miss Davia Chambers, Miss Leslie Ann Ellis, and Miss Sinel Dempster. Limited early bird tickets. Adults $150. After party only $100. Children pay $75 at the door. You don't want to miss this one. Get your tickets early from Dance Ensemble class members, D&D Jewelers at Tobago United Cooperative, Milford 24 Gas Station Canaan, and the Shore Park Cultural Complex box office. For more information, contact Nikisha White at 772-9049 or Nelisa Dick 340-5758.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special Wings Friday. 3 pounds wings, 2.5 kilogram fries. Special 100 TT Soup Saturday. 2 pounds cube beef, 2 pounds cow heel, 2 pounds chicken foot, 2 pounds pigtail or smoked bone. Special $150. Super Sunday. 3 pounds leg and thigh chicken, 3 pounds sliced pork, 3 pounds lamb slice, 3 pounds cheese, 2 pack of pasta. Special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show. And everybody's gonna know. To them once again. They better look out below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look out below, 'cause this is your show.
Notice is hereby given that the 63rd Annual General Meeting, AGM, of the Bethel Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited will take place using a hybrid format on Thursday, June 27th from 5 p.m. The physical location will be upstairs the Mount Marie branch office. The purpose of the meeting is to receive minutes of the 62nd Annual General Meeting, to receive reports as follows: statutory and board-appointed committees, report of the auditor and audited financial statements, to receive budgetary proposals for 2024, to elect officers, to approve general resolutions, and lastly to transact any other business that may properly come before the meeting. A digital copy of the AGM brochure is available on the website. Please visit our website at www.bethelcredituniontt.com or any one of our branches for further information.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you for staying with us. I am Adana Kombi, and joining me on set is our own Biana Brebner as we continue to take you through the program this morning. Of course, there's so much information and so many updates that we can bring to you from different agencies. And this morning, we're going to head on over to speaking with Assemblyman Joel Sampson this morning as he brings an update for us. Good morning, sir, and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Right, so you are at the command center this morning, and so we just want to get an update from where you are, what is happening there, what reports are coming into you, and what actions are being taken as we are in this present moment, as Beryl, of course, is making an impact on the island of Tobago.
So good morning again, Tobago. I'm just here at the command center with a couple of staff from the division. We have been here about 15 to 20 minutes trying to collect some supplies to drop off at some of the emergency shelters that we have across the island. At the moment, we have some unconfirmed reports. There is one report of a roof being blown off in Mount St. George, but that family has been safely relocated to the Mount St. George Community Center. Also, we have some unconfirmed reports of fallen trees in and around the island, namely Charlotteville, Castara, Arnottsville Road, just to mention a few. All right, there has been some power outages at a few of the facilities that we have set up as emergency shelters, and the team is working very hard at the moment to see what can be put in place to restore some power to these facilities.
I know that in these times, people prefer to be on the indoors because, of course, you have to safeguard yourself. I know you have a team having to put together things to assist those or to bring relief to those who are impacted by, you know, the effects of Hurricane Beryl. What is your team looking like in terms of numbers? Have they come out? Have they responded to the call this morning to assist? I know you mentioned that a family has been relocated. What is the support team looking like in terms of helping to get supplies out to relocate persons? What is it looking like from on your end?
Well, it's been pretty good thus far. You know, I've had the support of the staff, and I must commend them, the staff at Community Development, Youth Development and Sport, for their efforts thus far. And we are out and about in our numbers, trying to ensure that the support needed and required is meted out to these facilities and to the persons that require it the most. So I must say thank you to them again. I also must commend Secretary Tasha Boris on her efforts last night, as we would have been out and about late, probably till about midnight, delivering supplies to some of these facilities as well.
Right, Mr. Sampson, good morning. As it relates to the unconfirmed reports that you were given, right? What about situations in your constituency? Could you give an update on that?
All right. Well, at present, there was nothing major or anything reported of such. When I left home this morning, we had some light showers and light winds. I'm not too sure of the situation at the moment, but I'll have to check in with my personal staff there in the district for an update as to what is going on. But nothing major has been reported in my district as yet.
All right. You know, we want to wish you guys the very best. We appreciate what you are doing. As we were speaking to our reporters on the outside earlier, we saw community members from Charlotteville coming out to assist. There was a vessel that was left in the water, and of course, people are coming out to assist in whatever way they can. And so we appreciate all the volunteers and all the staff that you have out there doing the work. We appreciate the efforts that are being made by the THA and the different secretaries and divisions. And of course, we want to continue to pray God's blessings upon your life. We pray that no unforeseen incident takes place where you are, and as you continue to work today, we pray God's strength for you, because we know it's going to be a long day. Even though we are on watch until 12 noon, the time will take some time to get there, and of course we know the demands will be many. What words of encouragement would you like to give our listening public this morning?
Well, to the listening public, I just have one thing to say. We have to continue to pray. We have to continue to bind together with cords that cannot be broken, bind together with love, because in times like these, each one help one and each one need one. So let's continue to work together as a team, continue to be that Tobago that we once knew in love and unity, to ensure that we get through this all together and safely without any incidents.
All right, thank you, Assemblyman Joel Sampson, and we wish you all the best there. We will check in with you again if we can, but you know, keep safe, keep your staff safe, and of course, as you go out there, remember that on our mind. We're thinking about you, and so we want the very best for all of us here on the island of Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with Assemblyman Joel Sampson there, Secretary in the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport, as they are putting relief packages together and, giving that support there out in communities. We are heading over now to conversation. Well, we're going to take a break. I'm being advised, to take a break before we continue conversations. But before we go for that quick break, Biana, what are your feelings like? We were speaking about the fact that Hurricane Flora, when the Hurricane Flora passed through Tobago, of course we weren't here. And so the comparison was being made with Beryl.
Yesterday, Chief said he made that comparison.
Right. And we were now in anticipation and we're feeling, oh my goodness, we really have to take this seriously. And seeing people taking things for granted, how does it make you feel? Knowing that, listen, this is something serious, and yet there are persons on the outside who are, not taking it as seriously as they should.
Yeah, but I wonder if, the person's not, taking this matter as it's something of importance. As we saw the interview with Luke there, you saw someone jogging. Come on, it's a warning that was given in advance. It's not to say that it's something that is now happening. You have to take that precautionary measure by staying indoors just for your own safety.
Exactly, especially when you are trying to be safe and you know that there are the agencies out there who are assisting people.
Yes.
And, by somebody being irresponsible, they can overwhelm the system. And somebody who desperately needs the help, like a roof blowing off, as Assemblyman mentioned earlier, the resources have to be redeployed in areas where it is unnecessary. So before we go to the break, we have to encourage you to be safe. Please be safe. Exercise all the caution that you can. Keep yourself safe, keep your family safe as well. We're going to go for a short break before we have continue conversations this morning in studio. So we have Luke online. We have Luke online, of course, with us this morning. As I mentioned, we're bringing things to you as they happen.
Yes.
So we might change our script. We might flip the script every now and again. But we appreciate you staying here with us. We have Luke James Trim on the line, and he is going to give us an update again from where he is. Luke, good morning and welcome again to the program. Let us know what is happening where you are.
Everyone, good morning. We are here at a different location right now. We are at Fort King George. No, we are not experiencing much rain. However, the winds are extremely strong. If you look over to the left of me, you can see how the trees are moving. So yes, we are bringing it to you live. All things Hurricane Beryl, guys. Woo! We just want you all to see what we are seeing. So once again, viewers, if you think your house will not be able to withstand the effects of the hurricane, please seek shelter. You can visit the community development page, the Division of Community Development. They have a list of all the available shelters for you. Again, be safe out there. I don't think it will be wise for anyone to be jogging in these conditions. I don't think that is wise. I really don't think that is wise, viewers. But I'm urging everyone to just be safe out there. We're here at the fort. Soon we're gonna be showing you all the shots of the trees that fell. We're trying our best just to make sure that you all are seeing what we are seeing. So,
thank you,
viewers. That's all for Fort King George. Just extremely strong winds. So guys, we're going to trade back to Master Control. When we get more updates, we're going to come back to you.
Thank you so much, Luke James Trim out there at Fort King George, bringing us updates as to what is happening there. Of course, no heavy rainfall on that side, but we can see how cloudy it is over there, and we can see the high winds. The coconut tree, of course, telling us how windy is there. Of course, exercise all the necessary precautions. Let me just remind you again of some fallen trees in areas around Tobago. We have a fallen tree in the roadway blocking the Arnorsville Hotel. There's also one in Mount Grace. We heard of one in Charlotteville, where, of course, the community is cut off a little bit, and so they're hoping that relief can come. Motorists, you are asked to exercise caution in those areas. Of course, pay attention attention to your local media houses. Tobago Updates is a good place to be for all the information that is coming in. Of course, we will update you as things happen, so we can advise you. Those of you who have to leave home and where there are fallen trees, we will be bringing you the updated advice, the updated information, so that you are aware of what is happening. Remember, the primary thing is to preserve lives. If it is not necessary for you to be outside, please stay indoors. Do not overwhelm the system that have been put in place to assist those who really do need the help. We know that the division of, not just the division, but the Tobago House of Assembly and the divisions within are bringing relief to some members in communities, Abby, and as we spoke with Assemblyman Sampson there earlier, and we know that it is happening in communities across the island of Tobago. One report of a roof being blown off there, and so we know that the help is coming.
Yes.
And so we want persons to remain hopeful. There are numbers that you can call should you need help, should you need relief. Shelters are set up across the island of Tobago. We know that TEEMA is working hard. We know that TTPS, who we spoke with earlier this morning, is also trying to bring support as well. So, ladies and gentlemen of the island of Tobago, please remember to remain safe. Stay connected to your local media houses. Ensure that your devices are charged, whether it's your mobile device or whatever device you're using to get information from. Be prepared for fluctuation in electricity, as we mentioned earlier. On the eastern and the northeastern side of the island, there were some fluctuations. Even in studio here, we experienced a surge as well. So it is expected in these times. Do not be alarmed. If you follow the advice that is coming from the agencies, then you shall be as well as you possibly can be. Anything
but I was wondering, in terms of the shelters that were open yesterday, if it is that persons would have occupied, if we could get something put into that.
We will try to get some information as to how many persons are occupying in the shelters and how occupied they are, and in terms of support staff for each shelter, how it is in those areas as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing you updates as it relates to the impact and effects of Hurricane Beryl on the island of Tobago. We want to advise you again, please stay indoors. You will hear this throughout our programming today. Stay indoors. If it is not absolutely necessary for you to be on the outside, we only have emergency workers on the outside this morning providing relief for people in communities who are experiencing the impacts. We have persons like from TEEMA removing fallen trees. We have the TTPS. We even have Tech. All the agencies are on board to bring relief and to assist, to advise, to guide. Please pay attention to the information coming in and take the advice from those who have the authority, the expertise to bring this measure of information to you. I know yesterday at the press conference, I know we were looking at the meteorologist's office from about midnight. But people, as if people took it for granted because at midnight there was nothing really happening. So people said, but we see this morning the high winds and the rain and the heavy rainfall, and we could hear it right here in the studio. We can hear how heavy the rainfall is, and even the gusty winds. This morning you saw from Luke, and you saw also from Candice as they have been reporting. So please, if you don't have to go, don't be excited, don't be too anxious to see what is happening.
We will bring you that information as to what is going on.
That's right.
And viewers can also share in the chat what actually is taking place at their location. That'll be one of interest for us here as well.
That's right. Bring us some updates. Bring us some updates as to what is happening in your neck of the woods, so we know that you are safe. Just drop your nose, say it's raining here, it's windy here, whatever it is. But do not get too excited and go outside. It's not necessary for you to go outside. You can look through your window to see what is happening there. Stay safe, of course. As our Chief Secretary mentioned, now is not the time to be a social media influencer, right? Safeguard yourself as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go for a short break before we continue, and as we go for a break, of course, we invite you to help us share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard. Nobody beats us on price. Believe it. Sun Up Tobago is here. Join us on Saturday, July 6th from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Delta Compound Archive for an unforgettable summer experience. Enjoy an all-inclusive experience with mouth-watering food, coolers are allowed, and best island vibe. This is a tickets-only event. Get your tickets now at Barco, Lust, and Pablo's Archive. Don't miss out on the event of the summer. Sun Up Tobago, sponsored by Tobago Updates, B-Mobile, State Solutions, and Thorns Place.
Look at people in here tonight.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes for breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you for staying with us. I am Adana Kumbi.
And I am Biana Brebner.
And we continue to bring you updates this morning as it relates to what is happening on the island of Tobago. And this morning we head on over to speaking with the director of TEEMA, Mr. Alan Stewart, as he brings us an update this morning. Good morning, Mr. Stewart.
Tobago, I trust it's good to hear your voice sounding so, you know, in bright spirits, and therefore we are very happy for that.
Right, of course. And you know, I know you've been on the field since the announcement was made that we are under, even when we were at Stormwatch, you have been on the field there, you know, putting things in place, strategizing, setting up systems to ensure that we are as safe as we can possibly be. And of course, should anything happen, that you are able to pick up the pieces in the end. So from where you stand this morning, we have had reports from as far as Charlotteville this morning. We saw someone leaving their vessel in the water and it, of course, turning over, and we saw community members coming out to assist. We're hearing of trees falling in communities, and so from where you stand, what kind of updates can you bring for us this morning in terms of impacts so far on the island of Tobago?
Well, we have received a number of reports within the early part of the morning, and we continue to see those reports being increased. Just around 5 o'clock this morning, we start seeing a steady increase in reports. I think we are way beyond 15 reports at this stage. These reports will continue as people within their own sector continue to do assessments, and as the burial passes to the north of Tobago, it will get closer, the eye will get closer, and therefore we'll see extreme winds coming in, which sometimes coming in from on the western end and therefore north and the west. And these winds are now taking a toll on resulting into fallen trees, and we understand that we have reports of roofs has been dislodged one part of a school in the east. And also, we have reports of a roof being damaged in the Mount St. George area. Those persons are currently housed at the shelter, a family of 7. Fallen trees seems to be it. We will continue to see that happening, and with the rainfall that is associated with Beryl, we will continue to see strong gusty winds, some of which will be sustained to some extent, and also we will continue to see an increase going forward of flash flooding as these rain bands come in further. We recognize that Beryl, the rains are more on the southern side, southern and eastern end of the system. So as the system moves above us and closer to us, we will also see later on in the morning some of these weather coming in from on the western side, where winds will be coming in from an upward direction, and these may cause damages to structures that are not in good keeping. So, however, we are, as soon as our teams from TNTech and the different utilities are all poised to respond to these incidents once the conditions are safe enough for responders to go out. It is still very dangerous. There will be strong winds coming in, and there will be slope instability. So as soon as the system die down, we are hoping to mount a very swift response, do a reconnaissance as the degree of damages, but we, as I said before, we are expecting to see an increase in reports going forward because the burial is still with us. Haven't moved us yet. Sufficient that we could say we are out of the woods.
Okay, Mr. Stewart, as it relates to the shelters that were open yesterday, I'm not sure what time though, could you give us a little report as to what are the figures like or the occupancies in shelters around Tobago?
We recognize that we have lost electricity, and in some parts it's difficult to communicate with all of the shelters to know exactly what's happening in terms of the numbers. But we know as far up as Charlotteville, persons went into the shelters. Charlotteville was pretty much high occupancy. We don't have the figures at this time. So when we get those figures, surely we will let you know exactly what the occupancy of the shelter total looked like. So we work with that information for you. I am myself is remote. This is my downtime. So I am monitoring the systems from remotely based on the technology to be able to log in and see what is happening with the reports. However, there are teams on the north. There are teams in the east, meaning therefore a third team is embedded in the Speyside area to provide a response to that area as soon as the weather permits. Also, on the northern side, you have the QUD placed in equipment with anticipation that they may landslide later on as a result of there will also be the same thing happening on the eastern end, and therefore equipment strategically placed in the east Works Division or the IQUD. So that's the type of response that we are doing. The EOC remains in operation mode. We would have lost electricity in many areas, including the north side, and therefore even at the Emergency Operations Center, we are operating on emergency standby power at this stage. We are not sure how long this is going to go for, but we know, the conditions are not conducive for responders being out there as yet.
All right, Mr. Stewart, thank you so much for bringing us those updates. And I know, as you said, it's your downtime, but we still want you to remain safe. Or the staff that you have out there, the composition of persons who are assisting, or the volunteers that might have come out, everyone that is in place to lend support this morning, we hope that you remain safe and that, of course, you aren't overwhelmed with having to provide relief on the island of Tobago for our members here in this space. We saw this morning where someone was jogging casually on the road this morning, and of course we want to speak to those persons to remember now is not the time, to go on those those things that are not important right now, because we don't want to overwhelm the system. And I know you spoke about a robust and sturdy system there to lend support, and I do hope that you don't have to exceed your capacity to provide help this morning, and I'm sure it is well managed as where you stand as well. Right?
Certainly. We're looking forward to that. We are looking for even the capacity to be exceed the capacity based on the threat of this and what may happen later on in the day. However, the national office, which is the ODPM, is standing by to provide levels of support. We also have TNT crews will be assisting if it becomes necessary to bring up. We also have members of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force was pre-positioned very early, sometime just around 7, 8 o'clock last night. We were able to bring them up. Carl was able to bring them up and have them here on the island. They have been deployed supporting the shelters on the northern side and things like that. These are some of the operations that are in place. We will continue to see an increase of personnel, even when it reaches to an extent where it's beyond the capacity of the Tobago House of Assembly or the national government. You will see relief coming in if it becomes necessary. So these are the things that are in place if things were to go completely chaotic.
All right. We hope not, but we thank you so much, Mr. Alan Stewart. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with Alan Stewart, Director of TEEMA here on the island of Tobago, as systems are in place to assist where the impacts and the effects of Hurricane Beryl might take place on the island of Tobago. Remember, do not overexert the capacity that we now have. The resources are there, yes, but we don't want to do things that are unnecessary and to make a higher demand on our resources. Thank you, Mr. Stewart, so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, I am Combi and I have Bianna Brebner this morning, and we're bringing you information as it relates to things happening on the island of Tobago. We were in Charlotteville earlier with Candice Jackson, our reporter there. We saw where the winds are up very much, the waves are choppy. The community members are coming out to assist wherever they can. We also spoke to Luke this morning. He was at the Esplanade there where we saw that jogger jogging Nations roads, although the rains are very heavy, and also he took us to the fort. And we're going back again now to speak with Luke this morning. Okay, I'm being told by my producer that we don't have Luke right now, but we will come back to him. We have to go for a short break, of course, and we continue to advise you to adhere to all the advice and recommendations coming from the persons with the authority to so do. We don't want to overwhelm the system. We don't want to make unnecessary demands. We want to provide the measure of help to those who really need it. For instance, those who have lost their roofing systems, those who are experiencing floods, the persons who are in shelters. We want to provide that measure of support to them. So if it is not necessary for you to be outdoors, please stay inside. Let us know, of course, on the live chats what it's like in your area. You can just peep out your window. Please do not go outside. Let us know what is happening in your area. If it's heavy rains, heavy winds, we see some comments coming in. We're hearing that it's raining heavily also in Trinidad. We have not forgotten our Trinidad counterparts. We know that I know the focus primarily is on Tobago right now because we are being more affected than you are right now, but we're not taking for granted that you too are experiencing this as well. So there are heavy rainfalls in Trinidad. I'm hearing heavy rain in Mount St. George as well. And of course, we thank you so much for being here with us this morning and for bringing in your comments, for supporting us, for giving us, words of love and asking us to be safe. We will be as safe as we can as we bring you the updates here on Tobago Updates Television on the morning show. So stay with us as we go for a short break. And as we go for a break, of course, we invite you to help us share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
The Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development has relocated its Crown Point office to Glen Road in Scarborough to better serve you, our clients. Our main office is located at the corner of Glen Road and Glen Road Branch number 1, the building formerly occupied by Coastal. Our grant and electrical inspectorate services can be accessed at number 2 Montessori Drive in Glen Road, building 1 and 2.
Innovative, dedicated, impactful. The public service now and beyond. Today we celebrate our stalwarts who have left an enduring legacy on the public service in Tobago. Harold Stewart has served over 40 years in different spheres of the public service. However, his greatest challenge in life came when he assumed duties at the Department of Land Management between 1998 and 2022. Mr. Stewart was part of the team selected to build out the structure and enforce the Squatters Regularization Act in 1988. Though he was met with a lot of hostility, Mr. Stewart says the job at Land Management taught him the most life lessons and was, for him, most rewarding.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you for staying with us during this extended broadcast this morning as we bring you updates and information relating to the impacts and effects of Hurricane Beryl on the island of Tobago. I'm going to go to our Facebook live stream just to, report to you what some of our viewers are saying. I know we asked for you to tell us what is happening in your neck of the woods, and we're seeing here that it is raining and the winds are strong in Bell Garden, so we want you to stay safe there. Little wind in Speyside area, but plenty rain. Somebody else is saying that there's a lot of rain in Speyside. There's a call for fishermen to please be safe, don't play with this weather. So we just want you all. Someone is saying that there's heavy rains in central Trinidad as well, consistent rains in central Trinidad as well. Remember, you can go to our Facebook and YouTube live streams to let us know what is happening in your area. Please do not venture outside. If you can do this from your window, we are not encouraging anybody to be outside this morning if it is not necessary. Remember to safeguard yourself and your family. It is very important that you stay safe this morning. Now we have this morning a tracker a hurricane tracker as we track Hurricane Beryl. We want to share it with you this morning, and of course we are by no means experts where this is concerned at all, but if we look here, we can see where the hurricane is now more northwest of Tobago, and heading, it looks directly to almost Grenada. We're seeing it's heading towards Grenada as well. I don't know how much longer. Now listen, we don't know how to track these things. We don't know how long it will be here, what are the time spans, but we're just going based on what we can see, that it is right there. So of course persons on the northern end of the island or the northeastern part of the island will of course be impacted greater than those of us on the western part of the island and in Trinidad as well. Mind you, there's still some impacts there, but we're seeing that Beryl is heading towards Grenada, and so we have our brothers and sisters in Grenada in our prayers as well, because they too are expecting great impact as well from the effects of Hurricane Beryl. Biana.
And we see here in the YouTube chat, there's someone there from Grenada. They're saying that they're experiencing heavy rainfalls and heavy thunderstorms and lightning, steady rainfall as well. So probably they are also having the effects as well.
And we're seeing somebody saying high waves and stronger winds and rains in the Lambo and the lowlands area. And so we want people to stay indoors, stay safe. I know that sometimes, you know, you might be very curious or adventurous. You know, I know in times past when we had storms, people would go outside. I remember there was a time, especially where Scotiabank was in Scarborough, that corner there. Of course, we used to experience a lot of floods. And people used to be driving about, taking videos, but now is not the time to do that. You know, we want to remain safe at all costs. There are persons on the outside who will bring the reports to you guys. So adhere to the guidance and the advice of those who have the authority and the expertise to so do. We will bring you the reports as we can. We have reporters. Other media houses have reporters on the outside as well. So stay tuned to social media pages and all the media houses that are bringing the reports
as
to you this morning.
Meteorological page, they too may be giving an update as time goes on.
That's right. And you mentioned earlier before we came back on air about the app.
Yes, the app that TEEMA has, that's Zello. That app is very useful. It's telling us a lot about where persons in Tobago and other parts of outside of Tobago saying, you know, they're giving up their prayers for us here, they're praying for us as well. But the app basically was created for Tobago persons, well, as we are experiencing the hurricane, to, you know, share their situation or what they are experiencing currently.
And so it gives us a kind of updated and a real-time response to what is happening on the outside. And as I mentioned, we're in studio and we could hear the rain beating the rooftop this morning. So we know what it's like.
Winds, don't forget with the winds as well.
That's right. So we know what's happening there on the outside. So we don't want to encourage anybody to be outside this morning. We want to continue hearing from you. We want to hear what is happening where you are this morning. We want to know what is happening. You know, any fallen trees that you might know of, any disaster happening to any person in your community. We want to know what's happening, and we want to encourage you also to check in. Check in with your family, check in with your friends, check in to see what's happening. Let us remember that Tobago is a community at the end of it all. We see it there in Charlotteville, although we don't want so many people to be outside, but we're seeing that community
spirit.
That's right, there in Charlotteville, and so we want to exercise the same kind of community spirit right here, even in your homes. Call your neighbor, call your friends,
just say how you're going. Is everything all right? What do you need? You know, just be a brother's keeper.
That's right. And check in. I know there are so many group chats on WhatsApp, so check in the group chats to see what's happening there as well. Let us know what is happening where you are concerned. As we continue to look at this hurricane tracker, we can see, I can hear some strong winds outside. Strong winds. And imagine we are in studio right now and we can hear the strong. I feel as if it's right on our wall. It's so strong out there, and we're coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. Scarborough. So if we are feeling this impact in Scarborough, and based on where the tracker is pointing the eye of the hurricane, which is more on the northern part of the island, I can only imagine what the winds feel like on that side of the island as well. So of course we want you to remain safe. Our brothers and sisters in Trinidad as well, I know that you might not be experiencing what we are experiencing, but I know that there might be
rainfalls as we speak.
A lot of rainfalls, of course. So we want you also to remain safe. We are thinking about you as well, and we thank you so much for the prayers. We thank you so much for the concern. We thank you so much for the advice and all that you are saying to us this morning. Somebody saying in Sangre Grande, as we talk about Trinidad, in Sangre Grande there's light rain at the moment. This is from Ranaku Jafar saying that there's light rain in Sangre Grande at the moment. So we know that you too are experiencing it, and I'm telling you, it's interesting times here on the island of Tobago. And as we mentioned earlier, you know, when the comparison was made to Hurricane Flora yesterday, because in times past when we prepared for hurricanes, we're thinking, oh, it's just a little
breeze.
You hearing that, Bianna? Are you hearing?
Really strong at that.
It is really strong winds. And you know the reports that we heard from the older persons, especially like your grandparents, in 1963 there when Hurricane Flora devastated Tobago. I was speaking with my mother yesterday, and she said it's the reason our agriculture took so long to come back, because according to one of my friends who said, you know, Hurricane Flora flattened Tobago. And the chief secretary spoke yesterday, I think he said about how many the destruction at the time. There was 7,000 homes or something like that, and 6,250 of those homes were destroyed back then. And now they're saying that this hurricane is stronger than that one. And you know, we have to thank God that so far we're doing pretty okay, and we're hoping that it will blow. But we don't want our brothers and sisters in other islands to suffer,
or
you know, that
experience it as how it was in 1963.
That's right. That's right. We're hoping that it blows away. I mean, I know the system has to do what it has to do, but we are praying and hoping for the best, of course, and we're asking all our viewers and you know, as it is leading towards Grenada this morning, all our Grenada friends, we are praying for you as well, just the same way you have been praying for us, the same way Trinidad has been praying for us, the same way the United States has been praying for us. We're praying for you, our brothers and sisters there in Grenada. As you know, Beryl makes its way across to you. We pray for very little impact over there as well. Safeguard yourself, stay indoors. Of course, if you can, stay together in groups. I don't know how many shelters you have available. We are praying for you as well. And for those of you who are here on the island of Tobago, you know, of course, let us not overwhelm the system. Things getting real, you know. In Scarborough, as I mentioned, we are further away from the impact than the persons on the
side. We're further away from the northern side, but just the hearing of the rainfall outside and that strong wind, we could imagine what they are experiencing on the northern side.
That's right. And so we want to, of course, exercise that measure of precaution as well. Continue to let us know what is happening in your neck of the woods on our live stream on our Facebook and YouTube channels. We thank you so much. We've been hearing that there have been power surges in different parts of the island. So, you know, we want to ensure that you are safe. If you have to charge your devices, charge them now. Make sure that they are at capacity as much as possible. You know, yesterday the chief secretary made a call for places like the hardwares and variety stores, convenience stores to remain open a little bit longer so that you are able to get your supplies. So I'm hoping that you were able to so do to get your supplies in, and so that you have your batteries, you have all that you need, you know, to keep your water supply, your canned food stuff, and all the things that you would need to stay safe.
From the app here, the Zello app from on TEEMA's channel, it's stating one hearing of a roof that is partially blown off in the Bell Garden area. Yeah.
So it is. We really want you to stay safe this morning, ladies and gentlemen. For now, this is where we end the morning show. We will be back within the next hour to bring you more updates. But we're gonna go for an hour break. Let's say an hour break. We're gonna go for this morning as we continue to get the reports. We will bring them for you. We want you to meet us back here at 10 a.m. as we continue to bring you updates this morning. Wherever you are, stay safe. Stay safe, stay safe. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. And for now, we have to say goodbye until 10 a.m. Have a good one.
exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island.